everyone, and welcome to the These Little Hand podcast, a podcast about knitting and sewing and sometimes other crafty things. My name is Millicent, and I'm coming to you from Johannesburg, South Africa, where I live and work. And today I am doing a roundup of 2017, and I'm also sharing my plans of my Make 9 knitting things for 2018. This episode is only going to be about knitting. So I hope you enjoy, and I have a few things to share. So the first big news that I have since you have seen me last is that I got engaged to my boyfriend. We've been together for about 3 years. By the time we get married this year, it would be 4 years. So he completely surprised me. He had a ring made. He chose everything himself, and we are getting married in May of this year. So that's very exciting. And I know that I shared some pictures, but a lot of you have asked me, so I'm going to show you my engagement ring. So it is a little bit difficult to show and a little bit difficult to photograph. So it is an asymmetrical setting. It has a morganite stone in the middle that is light blush pink. And on the one side it has a sapphire. So on the side there's a sapphire. It has a yellowish tinge to it. And then over here, these are the ones that's difficult to see. There's a diamond there and another diamond over here, a little one. And right on the edge there's a little purple sapphire. So it is set in white gold. And then the band is rose gold. And I am in love with it. So yes, that's very exciting. And that has the planning of our wedding has been keeping me busy, but I've been enjoying it a lot. So no complaints here. And then the other thing I wanted to share is that this might be my last episode for quite some time. I'm not going to take the channel off YouTube, so the episodes will remain there, but I have just, the last few episodes has been really challenging for me to make time, and then I think I'm going to have time, and I tell you I'm going to record, and then I don't have time, and then I feel bad about saying that I was going to record and I didn't, and it's just been a little bit stressful. Is definitely not the word, because this is my hobby and it's not stressful at all, but I haven't been as inspired as I have been before. So my interest has shifted a little bit more towards household things. I've been very into beauty things at the moment, and I'm sure I will get my mojo back for knitting, but for the moment I'm just going to leave it at that, because my sister is getting married, I'm moving house, so I have a lot of things coming up this year that I think is going to interfere with my crafting time. So that is why today I'm doing a roundup of my knitting for 2017, and I'm going to share with you 9 projects that I have planned. And for the moment, that is going to be it. Okay, so let me tell you about what I did in 2017, and I'm going to have the pictures come up just now. So I made 5 out of the 9 projects that I planned for my Make 9, which I think is pretty good. And one of them was to knit a hat, and I actually knit 4. So for that one, it actually brings the total up to 9, but it was just one hat. So the ones that I didn't make was a Mayfair sweater, which is still something I would really like to knit. The other one that I didn't make, sorry, I just want to find my page here. The other one that I didn't do was the Valamo sweater. I mostly didn't do it because I could never find the right yarn for it. So I'm still on the hunt for that. And then also the Shiny and Matte Wrap by Soho. Also because I haven't found the right yarn. So this year I'm going to the USA in July. And I'm hoping to stop at Soho. And if I do, I'm going to buy the kit for the Shiny and Matte Wrap. And then I will be making that one. And the other one that I didn't make was the cropped shell sweater, but I actually did start it. So yeah, so I think that went pretty well. I will put under each picture if it was part of the Make 9, and I'm pretty proud of what I accomplished this past year. So here is the slideshow of everything I did this year, and I will see you after that. Everything I did in 2017, so definitely a lot more than I did in 2016. And I decided I'm going to award my favorite project and my favorite yarn. So I am going to go with the Greenwich sweater as my favorite project. The reason why this is my favorite is I absolutely love the color. It is Cowgirl Blues double knit in the color Sage. It's this lovely green color. It's very simple, the knit, and it is very wearable. So this is definitely the thing that I wear the most. So it is longer in front than at the back. It's reversed at the moment because I keep it inside out in my cupboard, and it is summer in the southern hemisphere. So the color is not showing up well, but all my projects is on my project page on Ravelry, that is linked below. So this is my favorite pattern and project for the year. But I like all my projects, but you know what I mean. And then in terms of the yarn, I have two. So I'm going to award the Cowgirl Blues double knit superwash merino as one of my favorite yarns. The reason being is that I used it in a lot of projects, and also I like her colors. Her colors are often what I like to use. The thickness is the thickness that I like to use, and yes, so definitely the Cowgirl Blues double knit. And then my other one, that's my favorite. Sorry, I have a heap of things here next to me, but just trying very hard not to have it full. The other one is Miss Lamotte in pressed flowers, and that is this variegated yarn. So I knit my party on my needles shawl by Hohi Locatelli out of it, and I just love this color so much. It's all the colors that I like. It is soft, it reminds me of ice cream, and so this is definitely my favorite other yarn for the year. That being said, very hard to choose because all the others are runners up. There's not a yarn that I used that I really didn't like or didn't enjoy working with. So yes, that is really great. And then the next thing I want to talk about is what have I been knitting. And that is part of the reason why I haven't been podcasting, because I haven't been working on anything. I had a test knit that I had to do over November, December, and I had a lot of difficulty because I was very busy, not with the pattern at all. The pattern is so great. But I had struggled to find the right yarn in South Africa for the pattern, and that took a long time, which I was quite behind, and it's quite a big pattern. And then I made a massive mistake. I knit on the wrong size needles for two of the sleeves, and I had to rip it back, and then I was sick, and it was just so I haven't been knitting. That was the last time I knit. And the only thing I have been doing a bit is my crochet blanket. So I'm going to show you where I was the last time without opening it up completely. So this purple over here was when I last showed you, and I did all of this. So it's about, this is half of the length. So it's grown quite a bit, so you can see from there, or from there. So it's almost doubled in size, but that's the only thing I have been doing. And I'm using scrap yarn and mini skeins for this project. Okay, so now I want to talk about 2 test knits that I participated in. One you saw a picture of in my finished objects, and I posted about it recently on Instagram. And this is by Renee from the East London Knit podcast, and she came out with a collection. So the sweater is called, sorry, it just fell on the floor, Sweater for Lucille, named after her grandmother. And this is also knit out of Cowgirl Blues double knit in the sable, I think this is called sable and this is called marsala colorways. It looks small, but as you can see, if I hold it up to me, it is not small, but it is cropped a little bit, and it is only 3/4 length sleeves. I love this. This is such a great knit, and the pattern came out about a week ago. So at the back it has this detail. I must say, in the original pattern, the sleeves should be this color and this part should be this side, and I confused that, but I mean, I still like it. So it's a little bit of color work, and then it has this lace pattern, and it is really pretty, and I really enjoyed knitting this. A very quick knit, and you can get the pattern, like I said, is available now. So this was a really fun knit. I haven't worn it because I knit it in the summer, and it's been summer ever since. So I look forward to wearing this with high-waisted jeans or a skirt and some boots in the winter. Yes, so this is really very nice. And now I'm still talking about test knits, but I'm moving over into my first of my Make 9 of 2018. So this is the test knit I should have completed, and I felt so bad. But sometimes life just happens. I've never not made a deadline on a test knit. I've never, in fact, I'm always early. But this time, I'm not even close to done because I had to rip out literally half of the sweater. But it's called the Ply Cardigan. It is really, really beautiful. And I am knitting it out of Nurturing Fibres Super Twist Sock, I think it's called, in the Sangria colorway. It's a bit wrinkled. So this is the back. It's completely finished. And I think I finished the 2 fronts as well. I'll just have to go back, but I had to rip out both of the sleeves. But I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like here. But this is my first project of my Make 9 2018. My second project is going to be my Watkins cardigan. So this is also a whip. So part of my Make 9 for 2018 is to use up or to finish the projects that I have and to use up yarn that I have. And I have one Make 9 in there that I don't have the pattern or the yarn for. So I don't want to be too restrictive with myself because I find that sort of inhibits creativity. So this year I am having 5 whips that I feel that I need to finish because I really like them and they are well on their way. And then I have 3 projects that I just have the yarn for and haven't decided on the pattern. And then I have 1 that I know the color that I want to do, but I don't have the yarn or the pattern. So number 2 is my Watkins sweater, and I'll put a picture in here. I finished the back and both fronts, and now I need to do the sleeves. The reason why I had to stop with this project is because I'm having a hard time finding the right needles to knit the sleeves in the round. And I've really struggled to knit magic loop with bigger needles because it's quite large needle. It's 5.5 needles going up to 6.5. And then I find the magic loop looks very untidy. And knitting with double points and color work I find really hard. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to knit the sleeves flat and sew them up and set them in, or something like that. So that is my plan for the Watkins, but I'll insert a picture here. I don't have all of my projects with me at the moment, but you've seen them before. It's all on my project page, and yes. So the next one is the socks that I knit for my now future husband. I finished one of them, but they are the giant socks that I spoke about last time, and I am at the heel turn of the second sock. So I need to finish them because I want to make him a little bit of a gift for our wedding, like a parcel that I want to put together. So I want that to be part of that. And the next one is my Hope sweater that I knit for the hipster cowl of Brooklyn Knit Folk, which ended like in October, I think. And I finished the back. Oh, here's the one front piece. Oh, this is the one sleeve. Okay, so I finished the other sleeve as well. So I think I just have one more sleeve to go, but it has quite a bit of finishing to do. So this is my Hope sweater. Finished the back. It's really pretty. And I am halfway through the front. So yes, this is another one that I want to finish. And then the last one that I want to finish is my hydrangea sweater that I'm embroidering. All the pieces are done, knitting wise. I'm embroidering flowers on it, and then I have to sew together and knit the collar. So those are my 5 out of 9 whips that I want to do. The next 3 projects, excuse me, my nose is itching. I don't have patterns for yet, but these are projects that I want to make. And everything fell on the floor here. So I'm just going to take a quick break, pick them up, and be back just now. I keep rolling off the chair, so I'm just going to keep it in my lap. And I apologize if you hear a bird screeching outside. I have a tree. I live on the 2nd story. And I have a tree right outside my window here, and there's a bird screaming, not even chirping inside that tree. So I don't know what's happening there, but I apologize if you can hear that. That is nature for you, and that is very much part of South Africa. So there's nothing much I can do about that. Okay, so the 3 projects that I don't have patterns for yet, but is yarn that I have, I'm going to share with you now. So the first one is again my favorite merino double knit from Cowgirl Blues. They come in 50 grand balls, which I sometimes find annoying because I mostly knit garments out of this, and then you have to buy a lot of balls. So I wish they came in 100 grams because that would really make my life a lot easier. But it is in the coral colorway, and I have enough for a sweater. So I don't yet know what pattern I'm going to knit. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to put them down below, because I've also been off of Ravelry for quite some time. For about 2.5 months, there was something wrong with my Ravelry profile, and I couldn't get on, and I couldn't see the new releases, and I couldn't access any groups, and then it would work for one day, and I emailed them back and forth, and we've been trying to figure it out. So I also have been not up to date with new releases or what's going on Ravelry. But anyway, this is my first one. The next one is yarn you have seen before. So I have 3 of the Peaches and Cream Hartlam yarn. It's the French Sutherland DK, which is merino silk and silver stellina. And then I have 3 of the Happy Day. And these 2 go together very well. So I'm looking for a pattern for this. It's DK weight. And then I have one plain seafoam one in the same base, which actually goes together. So I can do the ribbing or something out of the plain blue because they all go together. So this is my 7th project that I'm planning. No pattern yet, so please feel free to suggest any, maybe a color work or a striped cardigan or sweater. I have 3 of each and then the extra one of the blue, so that I can use. And then the next two is something really special that I want to talk to you about. Both of them are gifts. I'm going to use both together or one or the other. So the one I received in my Christmas swap package, which if you follow me on Instagram, I got the most beautiful package. I'll try and put a picture in here. Everything in blush color. And this was from Catherine. It is called Fleet Footed, I think, from Miss Lamotte. It's a lace weight yarn, so I've never knit with lace weight before. And then the other one is a gift I received from Madeline from Yama Fiber Art. Her website, I'll put below here, is Wool Hogs, and this one is the one she gave me. It's a little bit more mint. It's quite a bit lighter than it's showing up. And I am hoping to use these two together in a pattern because the pinks, it's not really showing up well on camera, but the pinks are the same. The pink in this and the pink in this is the same. So I think that would be look really well together. And Madeline Berta from Yama Fiber Art was so kind as to give us a code for her shop. So everybody that watches this podcast can use the code These Little Hands, all capital letters, on her website www.woolhogs.co.za and receive 10% off of your purchase. So please go ahead and show her some love and use that 10% discount. And she has a lot of beautiful colorways. Okay, so those are my 3 projects that I have the yarn for, but not the patterns yet. I'm looking forward to working with lace weight. This might be enough for just one project as well because lace weight has a lot more yardage. So we'll have to see. Let me see the yardage. Oh no, I'm lying to you. It's not lace weight, it's singles. Both of them are singles. And it is 360 meters each. What am I even saying? So singles. I've never knit with singles, not lace weight. I've also never knit with light weight, but I've never knit with singles. So these two are the ones I am going to be using. Then my last project, as with 2017, I'm very into trends and what's happening. So the color for the year last year was greenery. And I knit quite a few green things, if you remember. And if you look back, the one is actually called greenery, my Shima Shawl. Then my green witch sweater, which is my favorite sweater. And my beautiful void shawl is also green. So this 2018 Pantone color of the year is ultraviolet. And I've been wanting to knit a lilac or purple sweater for quite some time. So I don't have a pattern. I do have yarn in mind, but I'm not set on that specific yarn. It's also the Cowgirl Blues Superwash DK. They have it in the color lilac. I'll put the image here. And that is my 9th project. So that is completely open yet for me for interpretation. So I will be searching for a pattern and searching for yarn for that one. And those are my upcoming plans. Thank you so much for your support for the podcast. I will still be sharing on Instagram and on my Ravelry group and on my Ravelry project page. You can follow me there. And hopefully when everything's settled down, this podcast will be returning. But for now, goodbye and enjoy.